Every building has one wall nobody talks about. In apartment 4B on Holloway Street, that wall was in the bedroom. And at exactly 3 in the morning, something on the other side started knocking.
You came back. They always come back. I am the Ferryman. I carry stories from every shore. The ones people only tell once and never again. The toll tonight is 10 minutes of your courage. Do tales. Pay close attention to the second one. Someone watching this has her rules in their house right now.
Marcus moved into 4B because it was cheap. Cheap in a way that should have been the first question, not the first relief. The landlord showed him every room except nothing. That was the strange part. No locked doors. No basement warnings. Just one rule said casually, the way you mentioned bin collection day. If you hear the neighbors, don't knock back. Marcus laughed. The landlord didn't. First week, nothing. Marcus worked late shifts at the hospital, slept through mornings, learned the building's sounds. Pipes, elevator, the hum of other lives. Then on the 9th night at 3 a.m. exactly, 3 knocks, soft, polite, from the bedroom wall. Here is what Marcus knew, because he had seen the building plans when he signed the lease. His bedroom wall was an exterior wall, 4 floors up. On the other side of that wall was open air. He told himself pipes, birds, settling brick, the lies we keep in the bedside drawer for nights like this. The knocks came every night. Always 3 a.m. Always 3. Patient, like something confirming he was still there. On the 15th night, Marcus pressed his ear to the wall. The knocking stopped, mid-knock, and for one long minute the wall listened back. He could feel it, the way you feel someone standing behind you in an empty room. He started sleeping in the living room. The knocking moved to the living room wall. Also exterior. Also impossible. He asked the neighbor across the hall, an old woman who had lived there 30 years. She went very still and said, 4B has a good wall. It held this long, hasn't it? Then she closed her door. He heard 4 locks turn. Marcus did what you are not supposed to do. What the lease in clause after strange clause was begging him not to do. After 23 nights without real sleep, at 3 in the morning, when the 3rd knock landed, he knocked back 3 times, polite, like an answer. The silence afterward was the loudest thing he ever heard. Then from inside the wall, a voice, using his own sleep-heavy voice, the one he had never heard himself use. It said, "Finally, now I know which side I'm on." The knocking never came again. But Marcus says that's the worst part. Because now, some nights from the other side of the wall, he hears his own apartment. his own kettle, his own footsteps, and something in here with him, knocking to get out.
Walls only work if both sides agree which one is the inside. Marcus broke the agreement. The second tale is worse. Because the woman who wrote these rules loved her family very much. That is exactly why she wrote them down.
When Alina died at 91, her granddaughter Casey inherited the farmhouse in the Appalachian Hills. In the kitchen drawer under the good scissors, Casey found a list. Handwritten, titled Rules of this House. Follow them and we will all be fine. Rule 1. Lock the cellar at sundown. The key lives in the flour tin. It does not like being moved. Rule 2. If the porch light flickers 3 times, do not look at the tree line for 1 full hour. Rule 3. Sunday dinner is set for 1 extra plate. Do not ask who it is for. Do not take the plate away. Rule 4. If you hear me calling from the cellar, I am not the one calling. Casey did what we all would do. She took a photo, sent it to the family group chat, and wrote, "Grandma was amazing, LOL." But she followed the rules. Out of grief at first. The way you keep a dead woman's plants alive. 3 weeks in, on a Sunday, Casey forgot the extra plate. She was tired. 1 plate. 1 glass. Her own. That night the house went wrong in small ways. Doors she had closed stood open. The flour tin sat in the middle of the kitchen floor. Lid off. Key gone. And the porch light flickered. Once. Twice. Casey stood at the window, hand on the curtain, every cell in her body wanting to check the tree line. Rule 2 said 1 full hour. She watched the clock instead. 59 minutes. The whole time, something outside walked slowly around the house. Heavy steps. Pausing at each window. Patient. At minute 60, the steps stopped at the front door. And her grandmother's voice, warm, alive, exactly as Casey remembered it, called from the cellar below. "Casey, honey, come help me with the preserves." Rule 4. Casey stood in the hallway crying, whispering, "You're not her, you're not her." While the voice got the small things right. The nickname. The cough. The way Grandma hummed between sentences. Then it got one thing wrong. It said, "Be a good girl and bring the key." Grandma knew where the key lived. Grandma wrote the rule. Casey set the extra plate. Laid the table for 2, hands shaking. And the moment the fork touched the cloth, the house went quiet. Porch light steady. The cellar door shut. Locked. Key back in the flour tin like it had never left. She lives there still. Follows every rule. Last month she found a new line on the list. In handwriting that is almost her grandmother's. Rule 5. You're doing so well. Stop showing the list to strangers.
Rule 5 is new, you understand. Which means something in that house can write. Here is your question, and do leave your answer below. The comments keep the lantern lit. Casey can leave the house anytime she wants. At least does. Why do you think that is? Penny and I cross every week. Same shore. Same toll. Subscribe or find your own way across the water.